All right, we are going into round 5 of this in-depth, detailed demo. And we've already done the endurance deductions, and we've hit our first level of fatigue for Howard King. Let's go ahead and do that while I'm thinking of it. So here's the fatigue chart up here under the title on the second page. And it says when endurance hits 0, you're going to add 1 to his CTN, so his threshold goes from 11 to 12. That means his threshold, his control range is 12 to 20 now. And then his defense of 1 now goes to 0 permanently. He'll have no more defense, no more counter punching. Not that he ever did much of that, particularly in this fight. And then we have a power drain. So his power of 2 is not much of a drain. His power of 2 is going to go to 1. All right, and that's it. That's level 1 fatigue for Howard King. A couple more things we need to note is that he was in pressure mode, so he's got a roll to maintain it. Quarry can stay outside if he wishes. Why not? He was getting really good results there, having King at the full extension of his power. So let's see. I'm going to roll this blue die and check King's mode. Is he going to keep bringing the pressure? Nope, he's going to back off of that. He is going to go outside also. So this will change the complexion of the action quite a bit. Both fighters in outside mode, when you look over here on the action column chart, outside versus outside is going to be a chess match. So now this will be the first time we've used that particular column, and that's the least violent, the least active in terms of punch points and stuff like that resulting from open and high action. Okay, so that's neat. At this point, we've now used, we will have activated all 3 of those columns on the open and high action charts. There is a carryover effect we need to think about. So now we're looking at a TKO possibility. Why? The TKO conditions are that King's TKO rating is 5. He now has 5 TKO points. So that means it is possible for him to be stopped. The next condition that you look at is how did he do in the previous round? If he lost that round by 6 or more, then that indicates he's in some jeopardy. The score of the previous round was 15-6 because Corey really hammered him there through the middle of the round. So that condition is met. So there's only one remaining condition to get the stoppage, and that is in round 5, if Quarry builds a 6-point lead on punch points, he will stop the fight. So I'm going to put a T and a circle here to remind myself that King is on a TKO watch. Both fighters are in outside mode, and how quickly things change, because those first 3 rounds were pretty rough for Jerry Quarry, and but not rough enough. He has rebounded and stands to maybe win this fight very quickly if he can get on a roll. Due to the cut, the control threshold, his control threshold is still 10 through 20, or a control threshold number of 10. So he has a 2-point advantage on control threshold now that King is fatigued. All right? Hope all that makes sense. Let's do round 5. Let's see if we can get a stoppage here. All right, we're going to start slowly. 7 and 6 on control means open action, 32, and we're in the chess column. Juke and move. That's a very common result in the chess column. Lots of posturing going on, lots of gap control, trying to figure out timing and positioning and all that stuff. 1 and 8, respectively. So that is going to be open action again. 72 in the chess column is going to give us a missed exchange. So now they're throwing, but neither guy can land anything significant. It's all blocked and missed. And you can kind of see what's happening already, right? Both fighters are on the outside. One of them's fatigued. And so open action starts to happen a bit more. The action begins to slow down a little bit in a case like this. If you get into deep fatigue late in a fight, the action will slow down even more, which, you know, is appropriate. All right, 13 and 16, I think, over by 4 and over by 3. So king edges out Quarry on control with those rolls. But the defense die shows 1. So Quarry is going to shift this to column D. The result is 63. It would have been a possible cut chance on a jab, but instead, in column D, it misses cleanly. So good defense from Quarry to avoid that and avoid a cut chance in the process. Quarry now in charge, 12-4 on control. 28 is the result in column A with a 1-point straight punch. Our first significant punch of this round. We're back on open action, 2-1 on control. 25 the result. Chess column gives us a clean clinch. All right, 17 for Howard King takes control versus an 8 for Quarry. 0-8, column A is a 2-point B punch. That's a hook from King, and this has got a cut chance. It's just a normal cut chance though. So let's roll. Quarry's cut rating of 4. He needs an 11 to be safe. A 2 is not safe. The normal cut result is a 47. So I'm in the normal column. There's the hazard column over here, a bit more dangerous. 47 right here is just some little blood from the nose. And that's 1 point in the other column. So you track cuts against one eye or the other, all the various things that can happen around the eyes, and then there's just a category for other. All right, so 3 cut points against Jerry Quarry so far. That's not hideous, but it's starting to become a concern. Final minute of round 5. 18-13 on control. That's enough to give Howard King control. Quarry was just one short of pushing up to high action on the red die. The result is 12 in column A. So that is going to be a B punch. That's that hook, 2-point hook. So all of a sudden here, King gets about 2/3 of the way through this round, and he starts to land these hooks, solid punches. And he looks to maybe win round 5 and save himself from this TKO watch that he's on. It is King again, 14-7 on control, 0-5. But that's going to get shifted to column D. It is another hook. It's a 1-point hook, but this one's got a cut chance attached to it. There aren't many cut chances in the D column, but this is one of those. So now Quarry and that concern about cuts becomes a bit more of a concern potentially. Let's see. We know that he needs an 11. He rolls a 19, so he dodged the bullet there. And that cut is not a problem. We are in the final segment of round 5, a round that Howard King looks like he's going to take, landing this series of hooks. Quarry takes charge in the final segment, column A, the defense result was 5, and it's an 80. Uh-oh. This could change everything. All right, it's a K3 result, and it's his left hook. So I'm going to put K hook, and this is that cut hazard check also. May not matter. So we're going to check first, kings, chin of 4. Uh-oh, that's bad. He is down. I rolled a 15. 0-1 through 30 is a knockdown. So King was getting ready to take this round and reestablish himself in this fight, and no, bang, the big left hook flattens him here before the bell. Oh boy. Now, what's the next thing? Okay, we haven't had a chance to talk about this yet. So, we've had, these chin checks that passed, but now we've got one that failed. So he is on the floor. That goes down as a 6-point punch result. And now the next question is, can he get up from it? Well, his willpower is 3, okay? So I'm going to grab his blue die. I'm going to look on this will cut safe range chart with a rating of 3. He needs a 10 or better to get up off the canvas. Can you see it? I rolled a 4. It is over. Howard King hits the canvas. A big left hook blasts him down along the ropes, clawing at the ropes. He cannot get up. He is counted out. Jerry Quarry wins this fight by knockout here at the end, just before the bell in round 5. Holy moly. Well, how about that? That was pretty fun. So you got to see a knockout. You got to see a will check that failed. So that's a lot of ground that we covered in just 5 rounds. Now, if you want to know exactly when did that knockout occur, then you take the 240, which is the time at the beginning of that segment, and you roll a 20-sided die. The knockout punch landed 5 seconds into it. So at 2:45, he was knocked to the canvas, and at 2:55, the count of 10, he would be counted out. So this goes down as a KO 5 at 2:55 of round 5. There you go. That was fun. It was this was a good fight to talk through, segment by segment in detail. But hopefully that gave you a good understanding. We'll have to do another one where we'll blow through a lot of that stuff, blow past a lot of that stuff, and get into, deeper, like a fight with deep fatigue involved or something like that. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope that helps.